was accused of killing the wife. That means Kyari might not be going to US. What's up, my people? How that day waiting they happen, waiting this up. Happy New Week and welcome back to our channel.
They should take her to the room and let them pour her water if there's any place so that they can pour her water so that the camera cannot be on her face.
NDLEA traces 4.2 billion naira to Abba Kyari's account. Abba Kyari and the co-accused, you understand, account. Guys, we're going to read this report, but again, here I am talking about Abba Kyari. But based on today's news, I know some of you will be like, Abba Kyari again. And that is because the update about this man is very important. And again, I keep saying this, you know, the more we keep looking into this matter, this Abba Kyari's matter, the more clumsy it becomes. The 4.2 billion naira traced into this man's account. There's more, guys, about what the AGF says. But first, I felt like it's important that we discuss this before the next one, about what the AGF says. Something people described as a contradictory. Well, we'll get to know in a few minutes. But guys, let me read this. NDLEA has reportedly traced 4.2 billion to Abba Kyari's account, right? Abba Kyari and Ubwa bank account. The Drug Enforcement Agency is said to have sent the fresh fact to the Attorney General, that is the AGF, Abubakar Malami. According to Punch, NDLEA said not less than 1.4 billion passed through Kyari's account while he was commander of the IRT. However, Kyari's deputy, Ubwa, may have received far more than him, as not less than 2.8 billion was traced to his 8 bank accounts. According to investigation, Ubwa allegedly received a lump sum of 2.66 billion naira on August 15, 2019. And this entered a bank account in Nigeria, you know, spread out, and nobody called the security operative attention because, I mean, these guys are security operatives themselves. Let's move on. The NDLEA is now working on the assumption that the sums traced to Kyari and his deputy may be connected to the sale of some illicit substances, including tramadol worth 3 billion naira. Again, people continuously say they keep looking for excuse to keep this man in the country. Others were like, come on, you know, crimes or no crime, this man will still go to US. But let's not forget what the expert says. They said this is just to delay his extradition, including critics. Right, this whole charges, allegations, or accusations. Let's continue. The source said, you will recall that the NDLEA is investigating an allegation that Kyari and his team seized a large consignment of tramadol in a warehouse at Amuwo Odofin in Lagos. The consignment was worth about 3 billion naira. The IRT under Kyari's command seized these drugs, and they are believed to have sold the consignments to a cartel afterwards. It was around the time of the seizure that Kyari's deputy received a deposit of 2.66 billion naira in his personal bank account. Out of this money, he purchased FBN insurance shares worth about 100 million naira. Okay, even though this information is true, I mean true, what is going on with Kyari's extradition? Because that's really what people want to know. And the death of Egbonike, the guy who headed the team, you know, investigating Abba, or probing Abba Kyari's case, you know, he died recently. All right, the news was silent about the real cause of his death. Although some people, some news platform says it was diabetes or hypertension or something, it's still not clear what killed the man. And because of that, we can't just assume that he was killed by someone or because of the case. But let's talk about what the AGF said. I woke up, I was like, okay, let me just check the news, and I saw no evidence Abba Kyari laundered money. AGF Malami. I was like, okay, what's the problem here, Malami? Like, what are you trying to say here? I went further, right, and I didn't clear Abba Kyari of money laundering allegation. I asked for further probe because remember, guys, on 3rd of March, the Office of the Attorney General, that's, the AGF, confirmed that it has commenced the process. So maybe the process here is probe. All of a sudden, it seemed like it said something different about this case. He said something again. He said he's satisfied that the request for the surrender of Kyari was not made to prosecute or punish him on account of his race, religion, nationality, or political opinions, but in good faith and interest of justice. So he said this whole thing is not political, right? That the request for the surrender of Abba Kyari was not made to prosecute or to punish him on account of his religion. That means it's not political. And now he said that no, that's not what I mean. It's not like that's not what he said. Guys, let's read this report. The office of the AGF, which its first legal advice admitted that a prima facie case of money laundering of 33 payment was established by the DIG Joseph Egbonike-led special investigation panel. Now here you have it, Egbonike. So now, after the AGF came out to say these things, people were like, okay, Egbonike died 2 or 3 days ago. The man, leading this whole investigation, right? And all of a sudden, the AGF came out just a few days after that and said, no, I didn't say certain things. And that's what is going on out there. It's not just me. We're not guaranteeing that these things, right, that's running in our head is true. But I'm saying this brought about us thinking that, okay, this whole thing is just all planned. They know what they're doing. He has now said there are no links with Abba Kyari following further investigations. Let's read this, guys. It said the evidence contained in the case diary was not sufficient to indicate or show that the said monies, 279 million naira, were laundered directly or indirectly by Kyari to disguise their origin, adding that the police report on the investigation failed to probe the gaps identified in their investigation by the AGF office. So that's what the AGF office said, that the police report on the investigation failed to probe the gaps. Those gaps, they failed to probe it. So we are not satisfied. That means Kyari might not be going to the US. It's looking like it. Now, Kyari himself sued the federal government. He sued the federal government. We got a report that, DCP Kyari had earlier sued the federal government to challenge his arrest and continued detention. This guy didn't stop there. He demands for 500 million naira and an apology statement from the federal government. He termed it an unlawful violation of his fundamental human rights. So he's suing the government. In fact, he claimed that NDLEA assists drug traffickers. So now he's not only suing the federal government and requesting for 500 million naira an apology statement. He is saying that these guys that you call NDLEA assist drug traffickers, contrary to what they said. Although NDLEA denied that, but where is this case going? Is this whole thing staged? Are we being played? Are we being deceived? That's the questions in the mind of people. And I keep saying this thing, only time will tell. With this information, guys, what do you think about this case? Do you still believe that this extradition thing is possible? Leave your answers down below. Let us move straight to the next one. Here we have Korra's husband. Now, being a man, it would be a little bit, difficult for him to let go certain things. That is, if truly this happened. Yeah, a lot of people actually said they just want to get attention. Korra, I've said it multiple times that Korra has a project going on, and apart from that, Korra has a book out, so she really wants to sell the book. So she's just trying to create this whole scene to sell more books, and the husband is in on it. If truly this is fact, right? I kind of like, I can't totally understand it, but I think I get what he's trying to say about him making sure that they're still together since 2018. And he said that, like, earlier in the relationship she cheated and he has forgiven her. Doesn't seem like he's forgiven her. That's if it's true. Doesn't seem like he's forgiving her. But this is a man that is pained, even though they have kids together. And that is the thing with people, right? Once you have trust issues with someone, right? Once you have that trust issues, they apologize, whatever. If you're still not okay, if you've truly down there haven't forgiven them, don't go on with the relationship. Don't do it, because trust is only the foundation. Even after a kid, 2 kids, you do DNA, truly these kids are yours, you still have that doubt. So that's just the thing. That's just the problem, and that's what people need to understand. It's so sad to see this, if it's true. But guys, yeah, let us listen to this.
The comments that I made about Korra being a chronic cheater were inaccurate to my knowledge. She cheated at the beginning of the relationship. It caused a rift. I have forgiven her and we have tried to move on. All the comments about these children not being mine are absolutely false. These are my children. I love them. And all other statements that I made in that post are accurate and correct.
All right, but we've got reactions, people talking. Of course, people are going to react. Madam Kemi Olunloyo, yeah, it's no news that Madam Kemi Olunloyo could jump on anything and advise you, even though that's not a profession. Whether it's a profession or not, she will want you to understand that this is what I do. I practice this. She's a doctor, and also, according to her, okay, and also a journalist. Yeah, a journalist. Let's read that reaction. The truth that there is something both Justin and Korra are trying to let out. The last IG live even had their older kid on. Please pray for them. Justin alleges cheating. Get a DNA test for the new baby. Korra may be going through postpartum depression, a mental illness. Another person, Solomon Bucci, says, why did Korra's husband bring it online? Well, because they are an online couple. She's been the one putting him out there in her videos. If he doesn't speak up first to the public, the narrative can be manipulated by her to her fans. He needed to make it public, and the best way to treat a narcissistic and unkind person who is highly loved is by putting it out publicly too. So yeah, I justify him bringing the issue on social media. To the woman saying he would have waited more because she just gave birth, you are insensitive and hypocritical. Because she just gave birth means that he should die in silence. He's a human being with emotions, and some women are shouting postpartum depression. So PPD is responsible for her cheating, being narcissistic for years now, according to him. Women una get wahala, I swear. Still on that, here we have Blessing CEO. She says here, I have never prayed for any couple like I'm praying for both of them. Why am I even crying? Come on, stop this thing. Like, man, just say what you want to talk with you want to talk, make we hear you. If one could beg people to stay married, I swear I will beg you both. Be gonna work it out. Please, we love you both. We are sorry, Biko. Don't divorce. Now be my prayer point. Love you both, praying for you. Social media. Sometimes they claim they care, but really, they don't. Moving on to the next news. Here we have Davido. Davido said, woke up to another land from Popsy in Banana Island. Such a dope father. Love you, Pops. I'm about to build some crazy shit for the kids. Well, good thing, Davido. Your dad is rich and he's also a responsible father. And I'm sure their relationship is very, very strong, Davido and the dad. But guess what? Daniel Rega must say something. Are you surprised? No, I'm not surprised. Here Daniel Rega says, Davido, since you already own multiple houses, Use the land your dad gifted you to establish a reputable company, no matter how small. Then build up from there, because it's about time you own a firm. This will grow you as a brand and also benefit society, as it will help in reducing unemployment. Guys, what do you think about Danny Rega's reactions? Okay, let us move straight to the next one, and this one is very serious. Now, I have a source on this matter about the death of Itunu Lawa. Immediately this news surfaced on social media, a lot of people actually castigated this particular guy, Chigozie, and that is because he was accused of killing the wife. So a source reached out to me that knows, this couple well, and they explained everything to me. Let us read this first. Young Nigerian man identified as Bonus Emmanuel Chigozie allegedly beat his pregnant wife, Itunu Lawa Emmanuel, to death. It was gathered that the sad development, which left everyone in shock, happened at their residence in Korra area of Lagos State. A source, which that source? A source spoke on the condition of anonymity, said the couple got married about 4 years ago. He added that he added, because I asked this my source, like, do you really know this person? Do you suspect anybody? And he's a male. So you can see it. They said he added. So let's continue. He said Emmanuel started abusing his wife after they had their first child. She suddenly became disgusting to him, and he always looked for every reason to be violent. The source further narrated that Chigozie started cheating on his wife to an extent that he started threatening her to leave the marriage. Chigozie will also abuse Itunu physically. He will beat her severely if she dare ask for the 2.7 million naira she loaned him. Itunu got pregnant with their second child. He abused her until the baby died inside of her. She was rushed to the hospital, but unfortunately both Itunu and the child, or the baby, died yesterday. That's Thursday. This news came out last week, and I got this information almost immediately it came out, right? You must look at these things from different lenses, right, and understand the situation. But yeah, everybody currently is abusing the guy, cursing and all that. It says here, Salem gist or something gathered that the husband took to his heels when she was hospitalized, but returned. This husband is a MC, and the source said there is an MC it was at Ibadan at the time that stuff happened. Now I'm going to read what the husband said. Let me finish this. He said he came crying, stating that he was not at home. So let us read this guy's reaction to that. He said how she died. My wife passed on as a result of complications from childbirth. I was called up by a neighbor and friend who informed that she was being rushed to the hospital and I should meet them there. On getting there, I met her and the baby lifeless. On my findings, I discovered that during her labor pains, she was taken by friends to a traditionalist instead of the hospital I had been sending her money to pay for. So they said they've been sending this lady money monthly, for hospital bills. So she would go to Alagbo, that's a traditionalist, right, to get treatment or consultations and stuff like that, and you're getting money to go to hospital. So that was what the source said. Like, this lady could actually afford the hospital, but she refused to do all of that and keep going to that place. That it was at that place, that traditionalist house, that things began to go crazy. Maybe she's having like difficulty giving birth, which according to the source, they said that she gave birth to the first child through CS. Guys, again, this is an information that I got contrary to what is out there. Let's continue to read what this guy says. She and the baby could not make it as a result of the complications arising from childbirth. So they said he killed the wife, and if truly he's not around, where's the connection here? Where's the connection that he killed his wife? That's one thing that still finds hard to understand. But they suspect one thing. They suspect that the the guy, Emmanuel, the best man, knows about this because the guy was requesting for a DNA test before this lady died. He said he didn't touch the lady for months, and he just got the news that this lady is pregnant. I know you wonder, okay, where do we place the best man in this picture? The source said the best man visits the lady while this man was away. Right, he's an MC, right? He goes to shows and stuff like that. So the best man would visit this lady, and they suspect that these people are doing it. They're probably doing it, and that child probably isn't the guy's child. The guy said he can't even remember the last time they had sex. So how come she's pregnant? So he really wants to do the DNA test after childbirth, before the news got there. So I still don't get the part where this guy was the one responsible for the death of this lady. I'm not a woman beater and never ever beat up my wife, not to talk of being so inhumane to do so while she was pregnant. The pictures of scars making the rounds was 2 years ago during COVID-19, when I was trying to prevent her from tearing our marriage certificate and breaking our wedding pictures. Continuing information: our marriage had been separated and I had left the house since last year 2021 on advice that we live separately for a while and come back after we've been able to solve our differences. I have remained responsible to my wife and children and supplied all their daily needs, notwithstanding the separation. Meanwhile, my family and hers had continued to meet all through this period to ensure that the disputes are resolved and we are back together as family. Let us move straight to the next one. Here we have Mercy Aigbe. Larry Gentry had said Mercy Aigbe lied. She was friends with Kazim Adeoti's first wife, Oluwafunsho. Yeah, I think the first wife already said that, right? So whatever this man says during his interview with Punch, really for me doesn't matter, because this lady said, yes, myself and Mercy Aigbe were friends. So don't forget, this man had insinuated that Mercy Aigbe is a dog, that she sleeps around or something like that. But we've got another lady on social media that reacted to that. Now, the part I didn't agree with, this lady said a lot of things, but the part I didn't agree with is the part where she says that, some lady cheats because they are not happy in their marriage. And that's what they cheat. Basically, kind of justifying that, justifying cheating. But she pointed out that many of their mothers, like people that are talking about Mercy Aigbe bashing her and all that, many of their mothers are not holy. I think she missed the point here. She missed the point. I think people didn't really care about the ex-husband, whatever this man says. They don't really care. They are just concerned about the other woman. Why would you do this to a friend? That's what the people are saying. Right? Really, this lady in this video, I don't know why she's so angry and all that. People are just saying that it's because Mercy Aigbe slept with her friend's husband. I mean, this lady's got 4 kids or 3 kids with that man before that happened. And again, during Gentry's interview, he said that it is not, contrary to what the lady said, that he started having sex with the man when the son was 5 months. He said no, it's like 1 year plus before they started, seeing each other. And he said that the child was like a year plus. That was what they said. But guys, let's just watch this video.
You are not supporting Mercy. You don't expect this from. Go ask your mother too. Go ask your mother her past. And when you not clean, am I clean? Ask yourself, are you clean? Ask your mother, is she clean? You mean you your mother buying? You come online with condemning people, and you have your own. Mr. Lale Posita, Osako mo fe Mercy mo, Olajani, Oleworoni, Ololosi, Sekola Kuni, eyon kocha lo ma fe. Eyon kocha lo ma fe. Tori pe Mr. Lale ti condemn me pa jansi, so ki gbogbo wa ka de ko pa. Ka lo ni koku. You're evil. You have your own mother. Ask your mother. She ba buy any corner yado. Let me block this one too. Which truth? Go and tell yourself truth. If you type nonsense on my platform this afternoon, I will block you. And you know she buruku yi. Ask your mother. You yourself ọkọ tó bá yàlè, all man need is to finish a bed. Some people don't have happiness, but because of the society, they will look for happiness outside. They will look for happiness outside. Mr. Gentry, Otiwasita, you've condemned this lady enough, and she still keep moving without you. Without you, she keep moving. And this man keep coming online, destroying this girl, that she's a prostitute, that she's a dog. So because Mr. Ibe is now dog now, we should shoot her. Kokodo remember society, kokodo jam, kokodo watch I below yani. Ella below ya so to you know. Iria ajowo ni ayi no ti rin gba to wa lewe. Iria ajowo ni ayi ti rin gba to wa lodo. Ari teni mo wi ni gbogbo yin afapa dibo ti yin mole. Ikani yin, you have a daughter. Go ask your mom. Mr. Gentry, go and fetch your wife. I don't think you love your new wife. If you love your wife, to me, I want you shall be money. Then go and fetch your wife and leave Mercy the dog alone. Mr. Ade can't see dog in Mercy. The dog is gone to the yellow she like it. You want to come Mercy still now. You want to abandon Mercy, you want to look back. You can work and don't fair pajani and do the pajani degbe. Sheba when you marry a ura loja, one raja wale. Elomi are ajanle, ara olongbo.
It's so sad. We have actress Kemi Afolabi here. She says that she's got only 5 years to live. Whoops. According to report, this lady is battling lupus or something. What's that? I don't know. I need to check. I need to check it out on Google.
My guest today says she doesn't know how much longer she has to live. One of her doctors has told her that she has only 5 years to live, out of which she has already spent 1.
If you make sure you're with your loved ones and everything, at least you still have up to like 5 years.
Wow. So you could say.
Here we have the Nigerian model and skit maker Mona Lisa Steven. She says, I love dating men in their 60s and above. And on why she doesn't want to get married or have kids. She says marriage is overrated. She's 29 years old, by the way. She said, everyone knows that I have always liked older men. I used to be ashamed to say it, but now I can say it with my full chest. I love dating older men, and yes, men in their 60s and above. And if I ever consider marriage, I will end up with men in that age bracket. Maybe they don't serve plenty breakfast. Sometimes we need to understand that these people don't just say these things. It's because of their experiences. Like, so sometimes pity them instead of saying yes. Sometimes it might be. I don't know about this particular one or situation. She might truly really want to be with men in their 60s. So she continued here. I just want to be with someone and we enjoy life. You know, about having kids, right? She said, we enjoy life. He doesn't have to put a ring on it to prove his love. Marriage is overrated. I also don't want to have kids. I want to adopt kids. A lot of kids are out there who don't have homes. I want to give them homes and let them know how it feels to have moms and families. Let's move straight to the next one. Here is a nice one. This lady celebrates 14 years of marriage without another wife. Is this supposed to be celebrated? The society that we live in. Let's watch.
As you can see, my name is Fatuma Muhammad. I'm celebrating. Fatuma Muhammad, Mrs. Ali. AKA Miss Ali. AKA Miss Ali. So I'm celebrating 14 years of marriage without another wife. As you can see, I'm the only wife. And I'm enjoying. So, last 2 years I celebrate 12 years of marriage without another wife. They were saying somebody 1 week, somebody 2 weeks. Now I've added another 2 extra years, so I'm celebrating. DJ!
This one is a sad one. Suspected ritualist kills 22-year-old woman in Osun, dump a corpse behind her mother's shop. Guys, this is very sad. They said she was last seen on Wednesday afternoon and her family members became worried when she did not return in the evening. Her corpse was found behind her mother's shop. Must be somebody who knows her, really knows this lady. Very early on Thursday morning, You killed and dropped the corpse there. It's wickedness. Moving on to the next one. They said here, let us read this report. The Lagos State Police Command says it will be investigating reports of a yet to be identified dispatch rider who was allegedly found with a baby in his courier box. Later we got the information that it is false. The mother of the child said that is the uncle. If the child truly was found in the box, a uncle could also harm a child. The fact that he's the uncle doesn't mean it means no harm. Like, no, like you just don't know. Let's watch.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abisola. I'm the owner of the logistics company. They wrongly alleged the driver for kidnapping. Babe, come please. For kidnapping a baby. I shall go said on Friday. Please, I'm repeating this video again. This news is fake. It's totally fake. You people don't even bother what happened. You bloggers started spreading rumors. You support my business name. This blogger help me tag any, but let me tag any blogger. Please. It's fake. This guy is innocent. Look at how the guy is innocent guy. This is the baby they are like now. They said this stupid blogger, they said they put the baby inside the box, inside the dispatch box. Is it possible? And the baby will be alive. And even if you still put the baby inside the dispatch box, then you could always carry the baby, dispatch box for that matter. Please let the mother of the baby talk. Please, how do you see that? We are just coming from police headquarters in Ikeja and Ajah police station. You can go there to confirm. Go to police headquarters to confirm in Ikeja. Go to Ajah police station to confirm. This is not a kidnap case. He didn't kidnap the baby. The baby is this is the baby uncle. This is the baby uncle. My brother is the uncle to the baby. The mistake he did was that he carried the baby on the bike to go out. Please let me talk to them. Please clarify them. Look at me. I'm not. Please talk. Don't be tired. This is uncle. Did not kidnap my baby. He's innocent. Look at the baby's face. Compared to when you are seeing the video, look at my rider's face. See the rider's face. Just stop everybody. This news is fake. It's everywhere. Please. White Bros Logistics, don't destroy my business for me. My rider is a kidnapper. It's not a mix-up. It's a misunderstanding. The angry mob. It's
okay. I called my house. He said, they got a claim from me. That's so. It's not for me to say, I don't, but I told you, I let people people is on ground, I will make this over this matter is, it's okay. After intervening, it's okay, take them back.
And the way the bloggers are carrying this story is something else. My business name has spoiled. I don't know what to do. I just don't know. And I started this business January. Everything, they ruin everything for me. And I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to meet up. They ruin everything for me. They will not even do investigation before posting news. The guy is innocent. He didn't kidnap this baby. He didn't kidnap any baby. But the mistake he did was, why will he carry a baby from Idinarape to Shagota? It was a far distance. That was his fault. And they said this baby is used to him. That used to carry the baby around. But that's not even the usual is that why will he carry the baby on bike, a company bike for that matter that we use for dispatch? That's the problem.
That's your own. With the concept of the mother. This is the mother. The way you put it inside the.
Okay, guys, that's where we're going to hold it. Thank you so much for watching. Today's question: which of these artists, in your opinion, has earned GOAT status? That's greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. That's the meaning here. Not the regular GOAT. Here we have Olamide, Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, and the Korra, the Banj. Where's Two-Face Idibia? Anyways, leave your answers down below. Thanks once again. Until we see you next time. Peace.